The Spin-off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Should we go to the sober interlude?
Yes, we should.
Is that
yeah,
good?
That's a great place to go. So let me find the most recent version.
Kia ora and welcome to Lord Behind the Melodrama, a track-by-track podcast brought to you by the Spin-off and Spark about Lord's new album, Melodrama. I'm your host, Henry Oliver, the music editor at the Spin-off, and over 2 afternoons in May, I sat in a boardroom in Auckland and talked to Lord about the lyrics, songwriting and production of her new album, hearing the stories and influences behind every song.
Who am I? Oh, how fast the evening passes, cleaning up the champagne glasses. We told you this was melodrama. Oh, how fast the evening passes, cleaning up the champagne glasses. Our only wish is melodrama. Oh, how fast the evening passes, cleaning up the champagne.
I remember quite a long time ago, you tweeting something like, I've just named the album. And that was a long time ago.
Long time, yeah.
What does it mean?
Well, there's a lot to it. I think it speaks to the kind of vivid nature of all the emotions that sort of connect all of these songs. I feel like none of them are there's a lot of ambivalence on this record. It's very much this is what I'm feeling. It's very intense. It's very singular. Nobody's ever felt like this before. And I think I felt more aware of my age than I ever have making a record. I was very much in these moments of just being gripped by an emotion. And I was oh, I'm feeling this because I'm 20 and everything's fucked up inside my brain. I'm actually rewiring to become an adult. All this is insane. And a lot of the emotions in these songs were not ones that I held on to for a very long time. And I liked that they were just these kind of brief lightning flashes that we had to sort of capture and crystallize. So there's sort of that side of melodrama. It's kind of funny, there's an element of humor to calling your record melodrama. So there's that. There's also, the fact that a Greek melodrama, it's a piece of theatre with these really sort of over-out kind of characters and emotional arcs and stuff. And I've always been one for, comparing my very domestic little life to something like a royal court or a Greek play, that turning small things into big things has always appealed to me. And then also the other facet of it is I feel we were making this record against the backdrop of such an intense, violent, kind of traumatic, turbulent year. And even though the record is very intimate and, kind of feels like it exists in a little hermetically sealed chamber that is my house, a lot of that was protective. I felt I was if I see another, if I go into another studio and they've got the TV on and it's about what Trump is doing today, I'm going to kill myself. This is insane. And so I think, and I think in a song like that, that's where the climate starts to leak in. I feel that is the first time, the glamour and the trauma. Has there ever been a year better described by glamour and trauma than 2016? There are moments where the world is sort of punctured by the outside. So the idea of this very turbulent, outside climate and this very intense personal kind of renaissance happening inside. I think the contrast of those two things also speaks to melodrama. So yeah, to me that's sort of like the vibe of the title.
We told you this was melodrama. Oh, how fast the evening passes, cleaning up the champagne glasses. Our only wish is melodrama. Oh, how fast the evening passes, cleaning up the champagne glasses.
I really believe in a pop record allowing you to feel things that are necessary for you to feel. You know, I that's the kind of it's the kind of things that make like my form one of my favorite mediums to tell stories that there is, you know. And yeah, it was very much kind of present in my mind, you know, personal catharsis as much as other people's. And it's funny, the last thing that I want to say about that song is the vocals that sort of like sing you out, these like high little creepies.
Told you this was melodrama. You wanted something that we offered. We told you this was melodrama. We told you this was melodrama.
Often in my music, the BVs that I do and the harmonies that I do represent different parts of my personality or different characters. You know, obviously in Greenlight there's these like big bratty kind of screaming, like it was literally me standing across the room screaming into the mic. And there's certain parts all over the place, but those ones were very much, I thought of them as like the ghosts of the evening, like when you're like, oh God, why did I do that? It's all just fucked now. You know, it's like you knew exactly what you were getting into. You knew this was going to be melody. You knew this was going to be all of this, and you wanted what we were dealing out. So go live with it, you grimy soul.
Yeah, I guess that's part of you as like a narrator, right? You're warning your subjects often, it seems.
Am I? I never thought about that.
You're like, I told you.
Right.
I told you this was, I told you this was melodrama.
Yeah, I feel like it was me talking to myself, though. It was very much like, I imagine, like those are the voices that you hear just before you pass out or when you wake up and you feel like you've never felt worse in your entire life. You've been literally poisoned. I mean, like, those are the voices that greet you, you know, like sirens.
All the glamour and the drama and the fucking melodrama. Whoa, whoa. All the gunfights and the limelights and the holy sick divine nights. Whoa. Don't talk about us, all the lovers, how we kiss and kill each other. Whoa.
This podcast is produced for The Spinoff by Yana Winter and Henry Oliver, recorded and edited by Yana, with additional recording by Jose Barbosa. Like all of the Spinoff's music content, Lord, Behind the Melodrama, is brought to you by Spark. Listen to all the music you love, including Melodrama, on Spotify Premium, free with all of Spark's pay monthly mobile plans. Find more Spinoff podcasts on iTunes or wherever else you get these things. For more from The Spinoff, go to thespinoff.co.nz.
Are you curious about how business can be better? I'm Simon Pound, and I host Business is Boring, a podcast where I kōrero with some of the most interesting people in entrepreneurship, commerce, and making things happen. Tune in to Business is Boring every Tuesday, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in partnership with Spark Business Lab.
Talofa lava. I'm Madeline Chapman, editor at The Spin-Off. If you have the means, consider supporting our high-quality journalism by becoming a Spin-Off member. Sign up now at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spin-Off Podcast Network.